Serena here, day 4 of your 21-day movement challenge, and today we're going to be working on our neck and shoulders, opening and strengthening. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to come to a seated position first on our mat, so you can just sit cross-legged. If you have something to sit up on, like a yoga block or a blanket, that might be nice because we're going to be here for just a moment. So let's go ahead and just bring our hands to our sides, and we're going to start with just a couple of nice shoulder shrugs. So we'll lift our shoulders up towards our ears on the inhale, and then exhale, go ahead and release. Again, pulling the shoulders up towards the ears, inhaling, and then exhale, release. One more time, shoulders up to the ears, inhaling. Maybe give them a nice squeeze, and then go ahead, exhale, release. Good. Inhale the arms up overhead. Maybe look forward, pull the shoulder heads forward too, lengthen the back of the neck. And then on the exhale, we're going to bring hands to shoulder height, palms facing down. And let's just take a moment here and establish reaching out from our collarbones. So we want the collarbones to feel really wide. Shoulder blades are going to be coming out of the ears. Really allow the shoulders to come down and reach out from the hands. Reach out with the hands all the way from the collarbones. Good. And then go ahead and point your fingers down towards the ground. And maybe that's enough for you, or maybe you also want to curl your fingers under and make fists. Nice big breath there, especially if you feel any stretch. Just breathe, keep reaching out from the collarbones, nice and long across the top of your arms. Good, and then open up, palms facing down. And then we're going to do some wrist extension. So point the fingers up towards the sky, reach the fingers wide. Keep reaching out from the collarbones. And using big breath. Crown of the head is lifting up towards the sky, lengthening the back of the neck. And then sit bones reaching down, tailbone reaching down. Good. And then bring the hands to neutral. And then go ahead and inhale, look up, reach up. And then exhale, bring hands back down to shoulder height. Good, and then we're going to go ahead and open up by twisting from the shoulders, opening up, palms face up towards the sky, and maybe start working towards behind you even. Lift the chest, lift the heart, reach the crown of the head up towards the sky, lengthen the back of the neck. Make the tailbone really heavy. This is going into back bending mode, so we want that low back nice and long. Good, and then come back to neutral. And then we're gonna rotate the other way, thumbs facing down, and then maybe even working towards back behind you. And there's gonna be a long line of energy along the back, top of the back, all the way out to the pinkies. Again, reach out from the shoulders, from the trapezius. Good, and then come back to neutral. Let's do that a couple of times with the breath. So inhale, open, find the full range of motion, tailbone heavy. Exhale, find the full range of motion all the way the other way. So thumbs pointing down and then maybe even back behind you. Inhale, use the full inhale all the way, rotating, open. Maybe a pause, and then an exhale all the way back the other way. Good, and then come back to neutral on the inhale. Exhale, reach out from the collarbones. Good, and then inhale, look up, reach up. Shoulder heads forward, back of the neck long. Exhale, hands down to the earth. Good, and then maybe give a little shake. Let that go. Shake the hands. Good, and then come onto all fours. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, tuck the toes, spread the fingers wide. We're gonna lift the hips, Lift the hips only about an inch or two off the ground. Make sure that the low back is in neutral, so we don't want any tucking or overextending, just nice and neutral, and then press the ground away from you. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Only one breath here, and then we're gonna roll forward into plank pose. So coming into plank, you're gonna have your shoulders either underneath your hands either underneath your shoulders or a little bit ahead of your shoulders. Good, and we're gonna isolate a little bit of shoulder blade movement. So go ahead and sink your heart down towards the mat and feel your shoulder blades come together. And then push the ground away from you. Pull the shoulder blades apart, lifting the heart. Good, and then lower, pulling shoulder blades together, and then pushing the ground away from you, shoulder blades come apart. Good, and then come to neutral, which is somewhere in between both of those, and then push the hands together as much as you can. Keep pushing, 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 reach the crown of the head out. Good, and then pull the hands down towards the feet. Keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Big breath. Good, and then go ahead and exhale, release the knees down towards the ground, and then pull the elbows in towards the waist and lower all the way down to the mat. Good. Bring your attention down to your feet and press the tops of your feet into the mat. Press the pubic bone down into the mat and then roll the shoulders up towards your ears and then up towards the sky and then pull the shoulder blades down the back. Good. Breath here, making sure that you're doing all those points of alignment, right? Pressing the feet, top of the feet down into the ground. Heart reaching forward. And then bring your attention to your hands and you're going to squeeze your hands towards the midline, towards each other. Keep squeezing the hands towards each other and then squeeze the hands towards each other and then keep that and then pull the hands down towards the feet, pulling the heart through. So in towards the midline, down towards the feet, and then press down into the ground as well. Back of the neck long, pubic bone rooted down into the ground. Nice big inhale, reach the heart through, and then exhale, press all the way back to downward facing dog. Nice big breath. Bend the knees, and you can either look and step through or hop through between your hands. Good. And then we're going to come into Purvottanasana. So bring your hands behind you, fingers facing forward, and you can either bend your knees. This is the easier version for most of us. Depends on your body, but for most of us, you're going to bend your knees and then lift the hips. If you want to do the straight leg version, you're going to have your legs straight. You're going to pull back, your heels are going to come back a little bit, and then you're going to push up from the hips. Keep a little micro bend in the elbows. If you're like me and you hyperextend, keep the back of the neck long, so don't allow the head to just fall back, but reach the head back. Nice big breath. One more breath, pushing the hips up, pulling the shoulders back. Good, and then exhale, release. Pull the feet in towards each other, cross left over right, place the hands down a little bit ahead of the hips, and we're gonna rock forward into Tolasana. So lift, and then exhale, release. Cross the feet the other way, lift, and then release. Good. And then we're going to release all the way down to the ground. Beautiful. Bring your feet in so that your feet are about as wide as your hips. No, well, let's have them a little bit wider than your hips. And if it's comfortable to let your knees knock in, reach your hands up towards the sky. And then have left elbow come over right and allow your hands to either rest on the sides of your arms or your shoulders. Maybe pick up your head, allow your neck to be long. And take 3 full big breaths. Good. Reach your hands back up towards the sky. This time, right elbow is going to come over left. And again, rest your hands either on the upper outer arms or the shoulders or the shoulder blades. And take 3 nice big breaths here. So inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. One more nice big inhale. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and roll to your side, either side. Come all the way up to a seated posture. Maybe keep your eyes closed or soft gaze in front of you. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back behind you, and then down the back. And just relax and take a moment to note the effects of your practice. And then maybe bring your hands to heart center and join me in a wish that any and all benefits from our practice, may they be of benefit to others. Namaste. Good luck with the rest of your challenge.